If you're manifesting a specific person, you need to watch this video, period. If you're about to do something dumb in the 3D while currently manifesting your specific person, you need to watch this video. For every time you're spiraling over your specific person, you're going to want to watch this video every single time. Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I hope you are all doing fabulous. Just letting you know I am recording more than one video today, so this outfit, you're going to see it again, okay? Let's hop right in, skip over the intro. If you want to work with me, drop box below. All that information, drop box below, okay? If you're new here, I want you to subscribe and come back and see me, okay? I'm really not too shabby at this manifestation thing. I'm pretty damn good. So, if you want to know how to manifest, and manifest quickly, subscribe. And also, how about giving me a like? Liking my videos gets the videos out to other people who need help. And people manifesting a specific person, they need this particular video. Every single one of you. If you are manifesting a specific person, okay, whether your specific person is male or female, you're going to want to watch this video. It applies, okay? The inspiration for this video was my hot seat coaching group this past Friday. And I love my group. I love both my channel memberships. They are very helpful when you are needing a zhuzh or you're having a shit experience, and even if you can't get into the hot seat, there's a very good chance that someone else is going to have a very similar question to your scenario, since you're the one manifesting your own reality. See what I'm saying? Okay. So there's a really good chance that your question is going to get answered anyway, even if you don't get in the hot seat. Okay? I want to say, I also had a plethora of emergency calls this weekend from people experiencing very similar things, okay? I will say, though, that I am not implying that every single person was doing the same thing. That's not what I'm implying. I'm saying the SP manifestations, they can be so upsetting. They can be so upsetting. 3D reality feels so damn real. I know it does. I've lived it. But this is the video you're going to return to every time you're having a moment, okay? First of all, let me get the simple thing right out of the way. If you are about to pick up your phone or your tablet, your laptop, iPad, whatever, and you're about to go to their social media right now to check shit out, put your fucking electronic down. Put it down. Are you listening to me? If you are about to go onto their social media, put that fucking electronic down now. Who the fuck are you being right now? You are not being your new self. And thank God we don't have to be perfect. But it is time for you to break out of that habit. If you keep doing the same old shit that you did as the version of yourself that manifested the fuckery in your 3D, how do you think anything's going to change? How do you think anything's going to change if you won't change? If you won't let go of stupid shit like checking out their social media. Okay? Going to their social media and searching through their shit to see if they're talking to anyone new or if they're talking to anyone that's into the same thing they're into. Looking for a threat. That's gotta go. And it's gotta go today. You are anchoring yourself to the reality where you have reasons to keep checking their social media and getting upset. You see what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? The basics of manifestation is you are always experiencing out here the reflection of who you really are. And by really, notice the quotes, really are, I mean who you're choosing to be, who you're in the habit of being. Because who you really are is God consciousness, experiencing human 3D reality through this version of self, through this person. But we are all connected, okay? But we're not going over that. That's basics. You cannot continue the same habits of the version of yourself that created the not having your specific person or having the shit version of them. You can't keep doing behaviors like that. Or, and the way I say it is, you're the God of your reality. You want to keep doing it? You keep doing it. But then don't question why it hasn't manifested. Because that's exactly one of the reasons why. Okay? You are always experiencing your reflection of who you believe you are, who you're choosing to be. When we want to manifest a specific person, the idea is to step into the version of yourself that has that damn manifestation, that has the manifestation, right? The most common beliefs I see as limited beliefs are not good enough, not chosen, not a priority, not lucky in love. What your specific person's personality is also a choice. Who your specific person keeps showing up as is what you believe about them. They're reflecting your beliefs. Okay? This is why we hear all the time that initially they showed up amazing, treating you like a king or a queen. And then it starts fizzling. That's because your beliefs started taking over, the limited, shitty beliefs. The identity of you being unlucky in love creeps up and takes over. So when we want to manifest change, then we've got to decide that's not our true identity anymore. But that includes letting go of stupid ass habits like stalking their social media. Now listen, for the sake of conversation, let's just keep it real. If you're just going there because you want to see their sexy little face, because you think they're hot, you just want to see a picture or two. I don't care about that. That's not a big deal. Don't you worry. That's fine. I'm talking to those of you who are doing it to check up on who they're talking to, on whose pictures they're liking, to see if they watched your story today. And in a sense, I will also say, the innocence of seeing if they watched your story, but you have no response to it. You don't get triggered. You don't lose your shit because they didn't watch your story for the entirety of last week. Fine. But if you're the person that you personally do get triggered when you see that they're no longer watching your stories, you are the person that should not be checking for it. Okay? I hope this is so clear. Stop the crap you're doing from your old self. Driving by their house, checking up on them, looking to see if they've got company or not. You're the person I'm talking to. Put the fucking car keys down and stay home. Or go out with your own friends and go have fun. Here's the thing. It's not because I actually give a shit what you're doing in your spare time. It's, I want to help you get it. I want to help you manifest that relationship. But you're never gonna manifest the full relationship that you truly want with the true version of them that actually shows up and chooses you and showers you with love, attention, and affection. That is not gonna happen if you are consistently stalking them, chasing them, begging them to see you. Now, I stand by what I've always said. There's nothing you can do in the reality to really ruin a manifestation. You're just prolonging the annoying side. You're prolonging the unnecessary pain, the unnecessary longing and hopelessness. You're prolonging that shit. You're prolonging the annoying, terrible version of them. Now, to those of you who are afraid to say no to anything, to a specific person, because you're afraid you're going to lose them. Or if you feel like you have got to text or call them out of fear they will forget you. You have definitely forgotten who you are. We are not separate from 3D reality, from specific person, and quite frankly, from anyone, because of who we are. God, universe, pure, unadulterated consciousness. When you are afraid to say no to something, I'm going to use the example of friends with benefits, but a friends with benefits scenario where you're not really loving it. Okay? If you're enjoying yourself with your friends with benefits thingy, well, you keep doing whatever you want because you are enjoying it. Okay? But let me just say this though. If you're not enjoying it, it's not feeling good, and you're afraid it's always going to be a friends with benefits situation, and it's starting to really bring you down to where it upsets you now when they ask you to do those type of things, then don't do them. They're never going to forget you. Not possible. Not through consciousness. But you are anchoring yourself to the friends with benefits reality. Okay? Because you spend more time sitting in fear. You spend more time identifying as, I have a friends with benefits scenario. I'm afraid to say no. They're going to never talk to me again. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. That's who I'm being. Listen, I know some things are uncomfortable. Okay? I know that. Be easy on yourself. And here's the thing. If it feels way too painful to cut that cord, to stop doing the friends with benefits thing, it's too scary for you to say no to a specific person. At minimum, don't deny what you're really thinking in this moment. And let's get you in the habit of being authentically honest with yourself. Because the living in denial of who you really are believing you are isn't moving you. So at minimum, be honest with yourself. A little doubt while manifesting is so normal. It's normal to have doubts. Some of us are in such fear of having certain experiences in the 3D, fearing the idea of specific person ever having a third party. Listen, I know that hurts. No one wants their specific person to have a third party. So your fear isn't out of this world cuckoo. It's not. But continuously doing things that you don't enjoy. You're not loving it. You're finding it upsetting. How is that you becoming your new self? Being the you want to be? It's not. It's you perpetuating the same scenario over and over and over. And listen, I'm not trying to be so hard. I know, I've been there. I was Mrs. Victim. It's not easy. It doesn't feel easy. But let me say this to you. The fear of the pain, the fear of losing them, the fear of them forgetting you, okay? It's only there because you're forgetting who you really are and you're believing in the illusion more. You're believing in the matrix. You're believing in 3D more. You believe your story between you and your specific person more than you believe you're the God of your reality. And again, although you do not have to fully believe that or trust that just yet, you will over time. I get it. If you don't fully step in and believe that right now, I understand. But the more you allow yourself to see that, to feel that, to know that you are pure unadulterated consciousness, that's who you really are, the more you get in the habit of realizing you really are the God of your reality, you are the God of all gods, you're the God, you're it. The more you step into that, the easier detachment from 3D circumstances it is. I'm being tough, just a little bit tough, because some of you need that. Some of you need a little tough love. The sooner you step back from the circumstances you're experiencing or from the fearful thoughts that are coming in, the sooner you step back. And again, I'm going to keep hammering it home. Remind yourself of who you are and detach from the circumstances. The sooner you do this, the quicker things are going to change in your reality. And you're going to notice you begin to feel differently when you are detached. When you feel so upset and triggered by 3D, okay, chances are what's happening is a circumstance has maybe popped up. Your body got that terrible anxiety, fear, punch in the gut, butterflies in the belly feeling. And that was it. That was the emotional charge that gave you the permission to believe this is really real. Same thing with a fearful thought. The minute your body responded, your old conditioning comes running in, and that thought suddenly sounds a lot louder than all the rest and seems more believable because the body responded with emotions. No, that's your body responding out of habit of old self. Habit of old self. That is all. Because of that emotional charge behind it. Because of who we used to be, our conditioning says, listen to that one. That one's more real. Or the circumstance. The emotional charge comes with it. That one's really real. That one's a difficult circumstance. You're just in the habit of believing that. And this is why knowing who you really are as pure unadulterated consciousness comes in to save the day, along with detachment. I cannot say it enough. But if you're having a shite time in 3D right now, over SP anything, okay? If 3D has you upset right now in this moment, are you believing that 3D circumstance more right now? Because it's okay to have the emotions, the venting, the letting it out. It's okay. Chances are this is a manifestation for you to get your head out of your ass and to start being honest with yourself over who you are, who you really believe you are. On top of that, we don't know what the unfolding looks like. So when we're upset over circumstances, don't get me wrong, like hearing that there's a possible third party, I know that's painful. We're not talking specific things like that. I'm saying in general, when you're just having any type of circumstance in the 3D that you don't like, you don't know what the unfolding looks like. I know finding out the possibility of a third party doesn't feel good. Solo vacations, aka breakups, they don't feel good either. I know that. But you don't know the unfolding. You don't know what it's supposed to look like. All we know is decide who you want to be and return to it when you fall out, and you will get your manifestation. That's it. But everything else out here has no power and control over you unless you give it that. But you still don't know what the unfolding looks like. So you can dislike circumstances very, very much. You can dislike them. You can, right? You can decide this is bad. I don't like this, but it's still a part of my unfolding. Because everything you're experiencing is leading to the end. You're just heavily disliking something or heavily fearing it happening. When you feel like you've been on your game and you've been in the state of you having the manifestation, the wish fulfilled, the version of self that has it, when you feel like you've been there and that little doubtful thought pops up of, yeah, but why don't I have it yet? Why has there been nothing in my 3D? Why has nothing happened? Why are we questioning it? Why are we questioning that? Why are we not reminding ourselves that we don't know what the unfolding looks like? If you're putting yourself on hold, if you're putting life on hold because you're manifesting a specific person, I mean this from love, but if you're doing that, and again, this is coming from love, I would have not been able to take this if someone said this to me while I was in a victim state. So I completely understand if you get upset with this. But if you are putting your life on hold while manifesting your specific person, I'm sorry, but you are anchoring yourself to the reality of not having what you want. And I know that doesn't feel good to hear that. And I know there are plenty of events that you specifically want to experience with your specific person. I know. And that's okay to have those little individual desires of, I want to go here with my person. I want to do that with my person. I know. I know you do. And that's okay, right? It's okay. But you stopping the whole living and thriving and enjoying your life because SP isn't fully manifested in your reality yet, you are anchored to a reality you don't want to be in. And you are living in denial of who you're authentically being. I'm not making rules of manifestation for you. I'm telling you, I'm sharing with you how to manifest a specific person and keep them. There's never anything on the outside of us stopping us from our manifestations. There's nothing out here getting in the way. The third party that you may or may not have in your circumstance right now is not in your way. Who you are choosing to be, what storyline you're believing in, is what is in the way. This is why I say, return to your decision. Some of you are recently getting contact with your specific person. And some of you are already afraid that they might dip back out. That's not new self. You've got to return to your decision. It doesn't matter what circumstances or what you look at as obstacles are between you and your person. Those obstacles are not real. They are not real. Nothing can stop God, universe. Nothing and no one. I say this all the time. But you've got to be willing to be honest with yourself with what fears you're listening to. If you're holding resentment, anger with your person, you got to be honest with yourself. Why? Because listen, again, I understand as you are stepping into a new self, you realize you put up with some crap while interacting with your SP. Any of you out there who used to drop whatever plans you had to instantly do whatever SP wanted, some of you come into the place of, I can't believe I used to do things like that. I can't believe I put up with his stuff. What a jerk. I can't believe I put up with that. Well, you did. Okay, you did because you were probably in a victim state. But holding it against your SP now is keeping them as their old self. It's not helping you. It's not giving them a free pass. I say this all the time. Letting go of the transgressions from your specific person, letting them go. I'm not talking about abuse, okay? This is your first time watching me. We're not talking about abusive situations. We're talking about life in general. If they cheated, if they were just flirting with other women or other men, if they broke up with you consistently, all of those things are painful, I know, and you have every right to set the boundary to these behaviors. Of course you do. But holding in the resentment, holding in the anger against your specific person, is that you being in the awareness of understanding how it is we manifest? For any of you who have gone right to the place of thinking that's victim blaming, that's victim shaming. No, that's you interpreting it that way from a victim state. I'm sorry, I say that from love. I don't mean it in a mean way. I used to look at it as victim shaming too before I was ready to admit authentically that I was in a victim state. But that's what it is, because you're not seeing it from the awareness of being God. You're seeing it from the awareness of being your individual self. And there is no self. There is only the I am. Everything else, even the who I am, Kimberly, is just a layer. It's just God experiencing a false sense of individuality. But there is no individuality. And like I said, the sooner you step into that, the easier this is. So if this moment you're having a terrible time over a specific person's circumstance or any other circumstance, stop, put the technology down. Who do you believe you are? If you're upset and crying right now, let those tears flow. But what are you believing in more? I know circumstances feel real. It's okay to authentically tell yourself or authentically own, this hurts. I'm feeling pain. It's okay. But it hurts because you believe in that circumstance more in this moment. That's it. That's the only reason why you're upset. And the thoughts that are coming in, the ones you're believing, more than likely are because you have fallen into a less favorable version of yourself. That is not you being a bad manifester. That's you needing this gentle reminder, you're forgetting your consciousness. You're forgetting your God. You really are shapeless, formless. Shapeless, formless you. You're forgetting. You're falling asleep. You're falling back into the illusion. Or like the curtain is being closed again. The veil is being, put over your eyes again. Pull the curtain back. Pull it back. Pull the veil back. Remember who you are. None of this shit means a thing. None of it means a thing. However SP is showing up today, if they're showing up like shit, it doesn't mean a thing. You're believing that they are that asshole self. You're believing it. Step back. You're God. You are God. Now, which part of form are you going to choose? The form that has to chase and feel desperate and needy and anxious all the time, begging for their attention? Or the form version of self that confidently knows, no, I got that person. We're in a happy, loving, fulfilling relationship. They shower me with love, attention, and affection. And I know I'm currently in the reality of me getting that. And this is just the unfolding to it. That's all. Nothing to worry about. I am not going to let 3D reality tell me who I am. I tell it because I'm God. See what I mean? Put the phone down. Put the phone down. Get off their social media. And if you're believing your fearful thoughts, who are you really being right now? You don't have to believe who you're choosing to be. You don't have to instantly feel better. But the sooner you calm yourself down, relax, close your eyes, focus on the silence for a moment. Focus on the silence. Now, who's seeing? Who's the one focusing? Who is it behind the closed eyes? Consciousness. This circumstance, this version of your specific person, really ain't shit. Choose who you want to be, but you're making that choice as God. Okay? Poop couldn't be any less interested in what I'm saying. So rude. On that note, I'll see you tomorrow. Poop's bored off her balls right now.